All right, this is Anthony Terrell. This is where my position is on this whole war over here. Russia, Ukraine, North Korea, NATO. I'm hearing a lot of sources out there that are kind of looking at what's taking place and what has taken place, what has took place. And then they're deferring on that as to who's winning and who's losing this so-called war. What I'm thinking is, like, here's an example. Well, before I give an example, just because you're not doing all that you can do doesn't necessarily mean that that's all you've got. As a matter of fact, it kind of reminded me a moment ago, before I made this video, started making this video, about all these movies you see of the Russian guys, and now they say, boy, he can get beauty. And some guy just hauls back and just knocks the hell out of him. And they say, I'm trying to head a little bit, come back and say, oh, give me another time. Go ahead. Or give me. And this is what I'm talking about. I was in a situation not too long ago, back in 2024. Before I state what I'm going to say, just keep in mind I'm not trying to say I'm a badass by no means at all. I'm just trying to tell you what happened and my psychology behind it, my reason behind it, my strategy behind it. I found myself in a situation where somebody was compromising my physical safety. And I was alone. I don't think he was alone. It seems like he had a little band of men. I don't know if they were going to jump in or not, but it's possible they were going to jump in because it seemed like they were friends, right? Anyway, he grabbed some merchandise of mine that I had. And I'm trying my best to do as much as possible, as little as possible, at the same time simultaneously. Because I'm weighing things in my head, you know? I could just run in there and go full throttle with this guy. And I'm thinking, how wide is that going to be? You know, how's that going to fare? Right? So, eventually, I ended up losing some merchandise. I took a hit in the head, on my head with a helmet, a bicycle helmet, and I took a hit on my hand with my own guitar. I'm missing out on some harmonicas, I'm missing out on a guitar. That was a while ago, it's 2026 now. That was my psychology and strategy behind it. Now, he didn't run in necessarily and just start wailing on me and get me on the ground and give me no other choice but to do everything I had. And I had a little bit of a knife, I didn't pull it, but I had one. Now, had that happen, then I had no choice. And I don't know how it'll fare. So I did everything I could in my strategy to prevent that from happening. At the same time, I'm still trying to procure and get my stuff back. It didn't work out. But in the long term, I don't know. It could have turned out much differently that day. You know? I figured that's some merchandise I'm out of. My head looks better now, feels better now. My hand feels better now. And, you know, that's another one in the books, I guess. You know, and I had to take it a different direction. But I guess my point is, just because someone doesn't do everything they can do, doesn't necessarily mean they can't do more. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on with Russia. North Korea. But I really am seeing that they're not doing everything they can do. First of all, Russia is one of the few countries out there that's nuclear that we know of and aware of. You know, the best they have is a bunch of land and nukes and nothing in between that. And they can't put up a better fight against Ukraine, which is just a smaller nation and everything else. And they didn't have nothing without NATO's assistance. And now with NATO's assistance, they've got all this and they've got all that, but Russia has so little now. They say it's a matter of time before Russia falls. Right? If that's the case, I'm not saying it isn't. Hey, hopefully they do. Because I guess at the end of the day, I'm going to have to be Team America. So I don't want to be in the hands of Russia. I don't know shit about what the Russia is going to do. They win, they come in and they win But let's just say it's war. There's complications. But I'm just not buying it. You know? It's too fucking easy right now. Everyone's like, yeah, not everyone, but certain circles are like, yeah, Russia's this, Russia's that. Just because that's what they see. What I'm saying is Russia's got a lot more than what they're showing. What are you saying?